That's what God wanted me to explain to you guys. Just the ins and outs of how spirituality really works. And just the things that you will go through. It's basically your belief. If you push your belief back and be like, I don't believe, all the abilities and all the physical gifts will, will excuse me, feel like it's dissipating. But if you believe in it and lean in it heavily with your meditation and all the things that you go through with it, it will work. That's basically what I'm telling you. And believing in it and going into it helped me deal with a lot of problems and a lot of feelings that I would always have over the years of my life, but I never felt comfortable opening up and sharing what I was going through spiritually because for one, I didn't know if anybody would believe me, but two, I just didn't feel comfortable sharing it. But once I found spirituality and started sharing it, my soul has got so much lighter and I feel so much better. And I feel like I can come out and actually be me and be accepted for being who I truly am. Because I just felt like hiding it was the best thing to do. Because I would have family members get ready to pass away and stuff. And who wants to share something like that with their family member? And me not being myself and trying to chase something I wasn't for a lot of my life and not really listening to my intuition caused me to have to be in some tough spots in my life that I shouldn't have had to be in because of my stubbornness. But now I also see it wasn't really stubbornness when you really, really think about it and break it down. It was all part of God's plan to get me to connect to spirituality. So I was meant to go through everything I was meant to go through so I could get here and do this and be able to tell you guys about my experiences. You have to first live through the experiences so you can have something to tell when your time comes. And this is my time, this is my era, and this is what I was meant to do. And I'm not resisting or fighting, I'm just testing to tell you what happened. And to me, when it comes to my spiritual gift, it's a connection that runs throughout my brain. It runs up and down the back and front part of my brain. It's an amazing connection to have. It shows you whatever happens in your life. Like I said, it connects with some enzyme in your brain that releases every strength that you had within you. Like I can feel my full soul, and now my soul is happy and it's at its strongest it's ever been. But it's only at its strongest, and I'm not physically sick or in any physical pain anymore because I was in spiritual pain. My soul was depressed. My soul was hurt. My soul was down. So, as long as my soul was down, my physical body will continue to be down. But when I picked up my hope and started revealing things about myself and about my life, the lighter my soul got and the more in control of my soul I felt and the stronger I got into spirituality. What spirituality do is it turns you into the person you always meant to be. It lets you reveal things off your soul. And the more truths you reveal off your soul, the stronger spiritually you will get in your powers, and the stronger your spiritual abilities will grow to be. The more you reveal, the stronger your spirit grows and the stronger your abilities grow. It's really an amazing experience to have. My whole spiritual abilities came from me telling the truth about my life and my life situation and everything I've been through. The more things I confess to or admit that I was holding on to, whether good or bad, help my spiritual abilities grow. My soul has grown so much. It's so strong and it's so much better now. And I just feel so much spiritually freer and spiritually stronger with my abilities that's steady growing and steady flowing through me. With the more truth I tell, the stronger my soul got, the stronger my spiritual abilities continue to grow. So that's why I say I'm willing to tell the truth about anything. And that's why I came up with my name, the spiritual truth, the true spiritual king, because I'm a king. And spirit is going to make me tell the truth. I can't lie because if I lie, it will revert everything. And I get a painful lie bump on my tongue. And my spiritual powers start to diminish. So that's where my name came from. Because spirit made me tell the truth. That's how I was able to overcome and get all my abilities that I tell you guys about in the other videos. And that's how I mastered everything. In life, you have to tell the truth about what's really going on with you, good, bad, or ugly. You can't run from your life. You gotta live it. You gotta tell the truth. And that's another thing. It was certain things in my life I was running from, like the emotion of anger. I used to run from anger when I was younger because I didn't think it was a pleasant emotion to have. So I didn't want to share it or I didn't want to admit I felt it. And one thing I realized in life is you can't run from your emotions. You have to face them and go through them. That's the only way you can become a better man and better woman. If you repress and run from your emotions, and start quitting things and start running from things, you'll be running for your whole life. You have to man up or woman up and deal with whatever issue you have, whether it's personal, spiritual, physical, whatever. You have to run through it and deal with it because that's the only way you become a better person. That's one thing that spirituality has taught me. You can't run, you can't avoid, you have to run through it. You can't run around it. You can't run over it. You can't go under it. You have to go through it. And that's just the way I look at life now. So whatever God has fit for me to go through, I'm going to go through. But one thing I'm always going to do that I didn't used to do because I used to be afraid of stepping on people's toes or making people uncomfortable or feeling like I needed to protect certain people or wanting to be everybody's friend and wanting to save everybody. Because with this spiritual gift, you find out that your abilities are your ability to want to save people and have a empathic heart is tremendous. That caused me to put myself in a lot of negative situations that I would see the red flags for, but I had so much hope for people. I kept giving to them, and they kept hurting me, or I kept going back to them, and they kept hurting me, because every time I used to believe that they would change, till I came to my senses and realized there's just certain things you got to cut off, or certain ways you got to change the way you move, because that person ain't gonna change. You can give them chance after chance after chance, but they set in their ways and they just determined they not gonna change. So you have to make the best decision for yourself to learn when to cut ties, to protect yourself and protect your own energy. Or that person is eventually gonna drag you down or drag your abilities or your beliefs down. So you have to know when to cut it out, when to cut it off, when to let it go and when to move on. And that's the toughest part I had to learn. When to let go and when it's okay to be alone. And being alone is not a bad thing. It made me stronger. It's how I built my spiritual ability. Going get it alone and going through it by myself, and that actually got me my group of friends and the girlfriend I got now, because I had to take time to understand me and my own individual journey. And that's everything I learned and everything I love about the spiritual journey as a whole, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though, from my personal spiritual experience.